baby! Ugh. Hey guys, it's Tom's Reefer here. Oh, and before you freaking hater naysayers say that last clip was fake, I jump high as fuck. And that's the last time I'm gonna tell you. Sorry about that, guys. The voices in my head, they just don't shut the fuck up sometimes. Isn't that crazy?
I'm over here stroking my dick.
This is my first car noise complaint. It's a 67 Ford Mustang coupe that I bought myself at the age of 13 and have built from the ground up ever since. You can look on my channel to see the history and story of this car, along with the last video where I put a Tremec 5-speed transmission in it and literally grenaded it in less than 30 minutes.
I feel that beating on it like this is perfectly fine. Try to break it.
So now we're gonna yank the transmission out of it and see exactly what I did. Now it's time to put the car up on the lift. Ugh. That thing is so fucking heavy. And I forgot to take the shifter off. Ugh. Hey Matt.
What are you doing?
Can I have some wrenches, please?
Go f yourself.
Damn, hello, awesome custom remote shifter we built in episode 1. Wow. Let's remove it.
Some food for the peasant?
No, don't do it, Tom! Please!
Break both my knees. First, we remove drive shaft, which I have to pull out the fucking trans loop. Hey, and the drive shaft loop. Totally didn't just drop that. Come on now. There we go. Oh, now it's pissing. Oh, shit.
Ah, stop it!
Now we got the trans mount done. Odometer cable. Clutch slave cylinder that you can barely see. Check out my custom engineered slave cylinder mount, by the way. Come on now. Excuse me. Remove, please. Beautiful. Last step, remove the actual transmission bolts. I'm gonna lower it down and see what happens. All right, fellas, should we take a vote? Broken input shaft or broken clutch?
Option 7.
Could someone please help me?
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Oh boy. Yep.
Input shaft?
Input shaft. This is what happens. You try to power shift a CR3550 at 7,000 RPMs. That is a broken ass input shaft.
We're on it back together. Oh my God. JB Weld, maybe?
Oh, it is very tight. It is very tight in there. Maybe some vice grips help, maybe? I might have to pull the bell housing. This piece that is currently stuck in the center of the clutch is not coming out, so I have to pull the bell housing out to try to get to it easier. Starter out. Wow, it's nice and dangly. Starter is broken, by the way. It is held in with one bolt, but it still works. Bell housing is out. We're gonna probably have to pull out this McLeod RST to get that out. Oh boy, there it is. All right, so that is bent. It's stuck in there. That's what happens when you power shift, everybody. Don't power shift. I'm gonna keep power shifting. Little couple love taps to get it out. Oh! Giveaway. New butt plugs available. All right. Let's pull out the broken input shaft. Oh, she's already leaking. I didn't think that through. I'm gonna drain the trans before I make it even bigger mess. Get the bucket! There's a bucket, yeah. Oh, that's shooting far. I really thought that one through. All right, the input shaft housing is out. I've heard it's best to do this straight up and down. All right, there's the input shaft. I'm just leaving the transmission straight up and down so nothing else gets cattywampus. So this is our broken input shaft. It's got little needle bearings in it. I just dropped just about all of the needle bearings. If you remember the first video I revived noise complaint, I had a 3550 in it, and after doing a bunch of work, it turned out the main shaft was bent. So I'm just gonna take the input shaft out of the other transmission and put it in this one, and probably just not power shift it as much. Maybe. So to reinstall this input shaft, I'm gonna take a little bit of this stick of red grease. Tastes really good, by the way, you should eat some. And I'm gonna just put a little thin coat inside this input shaft so these needle bearings have a way to stick. Because if not, they're gonna fall out and be a little pain in the ass. You're gonna have to cry for a couple hours. Here we go. The input shaft is back in, and I'm actually gonna use the input shaft housing out of the old transmission as well, because the one we took out of the car is all chafed up from the input shaft breaking. Now we're gonna actually measure end play. What is that, Tom? End play is something that manufacturers usually factor in with these shafts here to make up for some heat expansion in the metal, along with allowing it to get all the proper lubrication. The specifications for this are between 0 and 4 thousandths worth of end play. So we are gonna use this fancy schmancy gauge to measure it. Seeing about 2 thousandths worth of end play. I'm gonna call that beautiful. Now let's put the trans back in the car. Time to reinstall this clutch for good. I replaced the lock washers, cleaned the clutch off with lacquer thinner, and inspected everything. It's all good to go. I have to pull my trans tunnel cover off the car. It requires pulling about half the interior out, so I'm gonna do that really quick. Bell housing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now time to install my starter, which as you can tell is broken. Fuck. There's the broken starter piece. There's my little piece here that'll kind of hold it together and hold it in. Starter is in. My repair worked like a charm. I'm gonna attempt to install it myself. Come on, transmission. Want you in my car. Come on, transmission. We gonna drive real far. Yeah. Oh! Oh, we're close. Transmission is in! That sucks. First we do the slave cylinder, trans cross member, speedo cable. Now for the drive shaft loop. Pumping her with some synchro mesh now. Oh, she's dripping. This interior will be back together in 3, 2, now. Let's start it up. I legit haven't heard this car in 4 months. In 4 months, I'm actually really excited. Clutch feels good. She sounds good. You looking at my girl right now? I'm watching you. I got a GoPro on my head and GoPros on the car. Let's go for a spin and definitely not do anything incriminating at all. Ezekiel.
gave me a thumbs down. That was not very polite. Well, I could be nice and quiet, or... Did you know this thing had two-step?
Announcement number 1. Myself, Noise Complaint, and all my friends are going on Hot Rod Power Tour this year, so keep your eyes peeled for a video where I prepare to drive this turd over 2,000 miles. And announcement number 2, Tom's Refurb merch is coming to a website near you, so keep your eyes peeled and your wallets open for what's to come. Until then, keep watching the coolest damn car content on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I love you.